future welterweight champion Shavkat Rakhmonov is set and officially going to fight Geoff Neal at UFC Fight Night, Gastelum versus Imavov. I'm very disappointed that Geoff Neal and Shavkat Rakhmonov are not going to be a 5-round main event. I was thinking in my head, if it's going to be a 3-round fight, put it on a pay-per-view. If it's not going to be a 3-round fight, have it as the main event of a fight night. But do not, and I repeat, do not put Geoff Neal and Shavkat Rakhmonov as the co-main events for Nasruddin Imavov and Kelvin Gastelum. What are you talking about? Putting Gastelum versus Imavov above Geoff Neal and Shavkat Rakhmonov. Let me show you the rankings really quick in this welterweight division. Shavkat is the number 10 welterweight in the world, taking on the number 6 welterweight in the world. The winner is probably going to get a Gilbert Burns, a Colby Covington, the loser of Kamaru Usman, Leon Edwards. Whereas, Nasruddin Imavov is number 12, Gastelum is number 11, winner probably is only going to get the loser of Derek Brunson, Jack Hermanson, maybe a Sean Strickland, Jerry Cannonier loser as well, but think about the implications of Shavkat Rakhmonov taking on Geoff Neal and the implications of a Nasruddin Imavov, Kelvin Gastelum fight. Yes, Gastelum Imavov is a good fight, is a good main event, good 5-round middleweight matchup there. I do have Imavov winning a very close decision. But if you're going to have guys that are ranked lower, neither guy is in the top 10 of their middleweight division, where Geoff Neal's knocking on the door of the top 5 of the welterweight division. Shavkat is a future champion in the welterweight division. This is the co-main event. What are you talking about, UFC? I know that was enough rambling for me. We got to get into the breakdown and the prediction. I just feel very strongly that Shavkat Geoff Neal should clearly be a 5-round main event, or just be on the main card of a pay-per-view, or the main prelim of a pay-per-view to get a lot of eyes on the future champion. That is Geoff Neal or Shavkat Rakhmonov. It's going to be Shavkat Rakhmonov, but just had to let that go out. But now for the prediction, and now for the breakdown. Shavkat's a combat sambo fighter, very good kicks on the feet, good boxing, good kickboxing. Out of all of his professional MMA wins, the man has an even 8 wins to an even 8 submission wins. Out of the losses, there are no losses for Shavkat Rakhmonov as a professional MMA fighter. Did lose twice as an amateur MMA fighter to 2-1 and 8-1. Gajimurov Kiramagomedov, who's a very solid guy, only losing to Alberto Menov over there in the ACA. But the man is an absolute beast. Started off his career very, very well, getting first-round knockout, first-round submission, second-round submission, first-round knockout, over and over and over again to end his career on the regional scene as the M1 welterweight champion, knocking out Thiago Varejao in the main event of M1 Challenge 102, and then he made his UFC debut. Easily dominated Alex Oliveira in his first fight in the promotion, getting a guillotine round 1, got the back of Michael Prazeres, who is a very good jiu-jitsu guy, very good wrestler and grappler. That has never been finished as a professional MMA fighter, and Shavkat was able to go out there and give him that first finish. Then he went out there and beat Carlston Harris, so I legitimately think could be a top 15 fighter in the UFC's welterweight division. This dude is also a very good prospect inside of the UFC. I do actually think he'll make his name in the UFC in the next coming years, and that'll continue to age as a very good win for Shavkat Rakhmonov. Then went out there, struck with Neil Magny for a bit, took him down and easily destroyed him on the ground. The dude's had a flawless MMA career so far. Geoff Neal has had his ups and downs inside of the UFC. Started 5-0, beating Brian Camozzi, Frank Camacho, Bilal Muhammad, who actually just went out there and beats what is it, Vicente Luque in his last fight. It's about to fight Sean Brady at UFC 280. Knocked out Nico Price and easily knocked out Mike Perry, destroying his nose in the process, but ended up getting outstruck by Stephen Thompson and Neal Magny, as they are very tall, lengthier kickboxers and stand on the outside counter-punching type of guys. Those are really the only guys beating Geoff Neal. So as for the prediction and as for the breakdown, Geoff Neal, again, only loses to those very tall, lengthier kickboxer type of guys that are just looking to kind of counter you on the feet. He's got very good takedown defense on with his striking and things like that. He's able to go out there, put on the boxing, put on the pressure and the volume, landing good, powerful punches on his opponents, knocking out Vicente Luque in his last fight is a very impressive thing to do, but is he going to do that on Shavkat? I don't think so, but it's a good chance. As Shavkat's head movement isn't 100% the best. His head placement isn't the best. His movement on the feet is okay, but I mean, the head is pretty stationary, to be honest with you. So Geoff Neal's main path to victory here is to defend the takedowns of Shavkat early on in this fight. And try to knock him out with something big. Try to put on heavy pressure and just get Shavkat to be worrying about all these big shots and eventually catch him in the later rounds when they're a little bit sweaty, a little bit harder for Shavkat to land the takedown. Kind of do what he did against Vicente Luque, but it all comes down to, will Geoff Neal be able to defend the takedowns? And even if Geoff Neal can defend Shavkat Rakhmonov's takedowns, it's not even a guarantee that he's going to win the fight, even if he's able to defend the takedowns. As like I said, Geoff Neal only losing to those tall, lengthy, standing the outside kickboxers and counter punches, where Shavkat Rakhmonov is a very tall, lengthy guy, 6'1", 77-inch reach, whereas Geoff Neal, 5'11", 75-inch reach. So I'm gonna be honest, Shavkat Rakhmonov could go out there and actually outstrike Geoff Neal on the feet. I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I do believe Shavkat's probably gonna get hit with a little bit of bigger shots on the feet by Geoff Neal, but if he's able to mix in the kicking game on Geoff Neal, could actually have some success on the feet, maybe knock out Geoff Neal or outstrike him to a decision. But my overall prediction for this fight that just got announced for the co-main event, again for UFC Fight Night, Gastelum Imavov should be the main event, is going to be Shavkat Rakhmonov. I think he has four more past the victory in this one. Even if this fight is a 3-round striking fight, I still believe Shavkat could actually outstrike Geoff Neal with the kicking game and stand on the outside. If it's a wrestling match, Shavkat's going to win. If it's a grappling match, Shavkat is going to win. If it's a kicking match, Shavkat is going to win. He just has so many ways to go out there and beat Geoff Neal. And again, all my respect goes out to Geoff Neal for taking this fight, because, I mean, I'm looking at the UFC's welterweight rankings right there. Geoff Neal didn't have to take it. He just beat number 9 Vicente Luque, and he's going to go down in the UFC rankings to fight Shavkat Rakhmonov when he's already proven to have beaten a guy ranked higher than Shavkat Rakhmonov. So huge respect for Geoff Neal right there. I do believe maybe a Gilbert Burns should have accepted it, or maybe like the loser of Bilal versus Sean Brady, maybe the loser of Colby Hamza, the loser of Usman Edwards, but it's a good fight. So happy Geoff Neal accepted it. Again, Geoff's main way of winning this one is to pressure, get the back to the cage, and land right on that chin of Shavkat Rakhmonov, but I don't see it happening. It's a good fight. Should be a main event. Should be a goddamn main event. Make sure to like this video. Make sure to subscribe. Turn on notifications and comment who you think is going to win between Shavkat Rakhmonov and Geoff Neal in the welterweight division. And also, just comment anything. I don't care. Helps with the algorithm. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.